What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Parasite Eve. I'm Whatthefnu, and oh my god, clothes. In the last episode, we got ourselves a theater key, which we will now use to open up all of the locked doors out here that we couldn't get into before. I like to go about these places in a sort of U pattern, starting with this door on the top right. Not only does it allow me to get everything in them in a sort of orderly fashion, but it also is a little more dramatic, as you'll be seeing later. In here, we have 6 bullets. Not all of them have treasure in them, but they do have their own unique events. Like this little guy, this parrot. Aww, isn't he adorable? Hey, little buddy, can you speak? Merry Christmas! Goodbye! Oh god, he's a monster! Well, okay, this is the parrot enemy. Parrots have a swooping dive bomb attack, which they will unleash on you when they start flapping their wings really quickly. Best bet is to just move out of the way because they lock onto your position. And we just gained our first level up right there for wasting him in like 2 shots because those things have almost no health. When you level up, as you see on the right, all of your parameters will go up. I shouldn't have to explain what all of those do because I think they're fairly obvious. Your max HP gets an increase, and you also get something called bonus points in this game. Bonus points are one of the defining features of Parasite Eve, but unfortunately we can't do anything with them right now. For 2 reasons. Number 1, we don't have the option in our menu, and number 2, we don't have enough of them to do anything with to begin with. Hopefully I get all of these explanations out of the way early so they don't flood the entire project. Ah! Here! Take it! Take everything! It's all on the counter. Don't scare me. I'm with the NYPD. You're the one who scared me, lady. I was just getting ready. You know, only staff are allowed in here. There was an incident. You'll have to evacuate. What? You're kidding, right? Hey, I'm not dying here tonight. See ya!
You're gonna die, clown!
Okay, interesting thing about that little scene right there. You won't hear that scream and Aya won't ready her gun until after that guy has left the room and you try moving the analog stick again. So it's sort of like set up as a little jump scare moment. It's really... That's what I love about this first chapter of Parasite Eve. It's really good at setting the tone of the game. Like, it's scary. It's got all these mutated animals. People are dying. And speaking of the mutated animals, now that I have more than one of these things, and there's no chance of me wasting them both in one shot, I can now talk about these enemies. These are red rats. Now, they have 2 attacks. If they're close to you, they'll try to run up and bite you, or if you're far away, they'll try throwing fireballs at you in a spread pattern like that. You can walk in between the fireballs if you're far enough away, but obviously you just want to get out of the danger zone if you can. Another thing you might have noticed in that battle there is that Aya froze up for a moment and had to do something instead of shooting. Let me introduce you to that. That is the reload mechanic. Notice how my gun right here, the M84F, the weakest handgun in the game, has a bullet count next to it. That is how many bullets are within the magazine of the gun. In order to reload it, you either have to wait until you run out of ammo in the battle and just go through that reloading animation, or you can just add bullets to it from your ammo crate right here. It's the one thing I don't like about this game, because if you're not paying attention to it, you can get stuck in a reloading animation early on during an inopportune moment, and it'll completely screw you. But a little conditioning is all it takes to get yourself past that, so it's not too much of a gripe. Also, I want to point out something. Yes, those enemies are called red rats, and get used to names like that, because that's just about as creative as names get in this game. I'm dead serious. This thing is literally called just a parrot. Here's some of the other enemy names that we're going to be facing over the course of Parasite Eve. I'm reading these from a list, and I quote, Frog, Monkey, Plant. Oh, and my personal favorite? Squirrel. The sad part is, the squirrels are like some of the toughest enemies in this game. No joke, those things have over 500 health. Don't mess with the New York squirrels, man. Those guys are badasses. You think that's the name of an actual New York street gang, the Squirrels? I can kind of understand the mindset behind it, too. It's like, you're so tough that people fear you out of reputation alone. You don't need a tough name, and hello, that body wasn't there before. What's up with you, dude? Oh no! It's that clown from the dressing room. I don't know what it is about that dressing room that protected him from Eve's psychic fire powers, but... Because we've established she can just do that, just set people on fire. How is he safe until now? In fact, how is Aya's date safe until now? Huh. Well, anyways, in this room, we will find ourselves a defense +1. Interestingly enough, I've gone through several run-throughs of this game, and sometimes this will be an offense +1 as well. Now, what does this do? Well, this is something related to your equipment, and I was, if you decide to use this on some of your armor, you'll notice those attributes on the right. Those are your bonus attributes. So now it's at a +1. If we use this item, it'll get to a +2. And you may be thinking, well, why wouldn't you just stockpile those things? Why would you want to use it now as opposed to later when you could just spend them all on the best equipment in the game and make yourself uber powerful? And for now, you're right. May as well use some of this medicine right now to heal up my HP, but that's one of the beautiful things about Parasite Eve. Even equipment that's not useful to you anymore can still be useful to you later. We'll talk about that later, though. Right now, we have to investigate this wall that Aya says looks like it's about ready to crumble, which it does as soon as we press the X button. Oh man, look at that early 3D crawling animation. Woo! Seriously, I could make something more fluid looking in Blender. In here, we find some better armor than what we've got, and this is why I said you're only right for now, because as soon as we put on this N protector, not sure what the N is supposed to stand for, I'm going to use that armor thing, because really, we need to clear up some inventory space here, because if you haven't noticed, this thing is incredibly cramped. Plus, we have to compensate for key items as well in here. Yeah, that's how you can tell this is like a 90s RPG. But I've got a funny little story about this hole in the wall right here. I got this game when I was like 9 years old because my friend didn't care so much about the M rating on the front as my mom did. So the thing is, I was just at that point in my life when girls stopped having cooties and started being cuties. And when I saw Aya Bray going through this hole on all fours in that sleek black evening gown, I just wanted to see it over and over and over and over and okay, you get the point. You know, between this and Sailor Moon, I gotta say, it was pretty easy being a young man in the early 90s. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, another red rat battle? Now, one more thing I want to point out. Notice how I mentioned bonus points earlier? Little strategy here. Before I get to that, you know how this guy just attacked? Something you can do right here is attack enemies that haven't taken their turn yet, because this enemy will still take some time to get around to his attack again. So if you slow down the other enemies, you have a lot more time for your AT gauge to fill back up again. But one thing you want to be careful. You know those bonus points I was telling you about earlier? If you get hit anytime during battle, you get less bonus points for your next level than you do if you hadn't taken damage. That's something you need to pay attention to, and when you understand what bonus points are for, you'll know why you want as many of them as possible. Anyways, this room, we got more lockers, more bodies, and some more medicine in here. How many spots do I have? Okay, just making sure I have at least one empty spot before we enter the next room. Let's open this thing right here. And, oh god! No, for real. Like I said, I got this game when I was a kid. When I saw that body move for the first time, my heart damn near stopped. You're still alive! Hold on, let me call the paramedics. Melissa, she's a monster. Don't try to talk now. Melissa? Melissa. You mean the main actress? She probably got to Suzanne, too. You have to stop her. No! Please, wake up! Hang in there! Like I said, setting the tone. This is a dark game, people. Believe me. You're going to see a lot more people die before this adventure is over. Alright, 2 rooms left. Let's see what's inside this one. Well, first and foremost, we need to go to the back of the room here as soon as it fades in from black. Open up this closet, grab ourselves a little more ammo. Just double checking my inventory here. You'll understand in a sec. What we're really after, though, is this vanity here, and the diary lying right on top of it. A diary? That's what I just said, yes. The Christmas show is set. This has been my dream. The main actress has a solo concert at the theater in Central Park. I took all that medication to get here. I have to get the lead part. I'll even sell my soul to the devil if I have to. The cast was announced and Suzanne and I are double cast. I want to play the part alone, but everyone knows she's good. I think I'm overdoing it. My body's getting hotter than ever for some reason. I'd better take more medicine. I collapsed today. I lost consciousness after my body got hot. I don't care if I die. I just want to get through this show. I passed out again. They told me to go to the doctor and get some rest. If this continues, Suzanne will definitely get my part. I need to get better. I'd better take a lot of medication tonight. Suzanne was burned in an apartment fire. Is it because I wanted the part so bad? God, forgive me. Looks like I'll be the lead. I'd better take more medication and work it. Opening night. Everything went smoothly. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. We should have the biggest crowd of the season. And I have the solo concert the next day at the park. But I'm not feeling well. I better shape up if I want to get through this. I'd better take more meds. For what? Why is she taking so much? She must have a drug problem. Another key? Yep, here we have the rehearse key. And now you know I was freaking out about my inventory there, because if you don't have room for this thing, you're going to have to read that entire diary all over again just to pick it up. Little pro tip there. And guess what door this unlocks? Yep, the only one we haven't been into yet. See how that all works out? So, now you know what I also meant about setting up the tone. We know who Melissa is. We know who Suzanne is. We know that Melissa has the power to set people on fire, or Eve as she calls herself now. And now, it's all led us to this door. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what waits for us in the rehearsal room. And now you know where the music from the preview came from. I'm Melissa. No! I am Eve. I'm getting hot! A lot of women seem to have that problem in this place. Nucleic domination has finally come to an end once and for all. What? Dude, I wasn't finished paying for that thing! Once again, the day for the mitochondria to be free has finally arrived. And now we get into the second Eve battle, or Mitochondria Eve as she's known here. Eve has 2 attacks. She'll either throw lasers at you like that, or she'll try to swipe at you if you're close. She functions much like the red rats in that sense. And also, I find the lasers will move slightly to one side. I find them a lot easier to dodge if you happen to be closer to her. So you're playing this interesting game where you want to stay away and then get close. Kind of an interesting battle in that sense. Make sure she doesn't get close, because that melee attack is really difficult to dodge. Sometimes you'll get lucky, and she won't move the laser at all, but sometimes you'll get unlucky and the enemy will run into you. You will always take damage from touching enemies, by the way, which kind of sucks. Looks like you still need some time, girl. Until your mitochondria is completely free. Mitochondria? What are you saying? I don't understand you! Oh, is it flashback time again? Lovely. What? Where is this? Is that the little girl I saw? No, it's... Don't leave us hanging here! That doctor? Wait! Oh. Mitochondria to be free? Where'd she go? Well, if I had to wager a guess, she probably went through there, even though that thing's only about half the size of her elongated body. Seriously, how did she fit in that tiny-ass thing? Wait a minute. Did we just jump down into the... Which means I'm standing in... I just bought this dress. Well, guys, that's about it for this episode. We're kind of getting up in time here, so next time on Let's Play Parasite Eve, we're going to chase Eve even farther down into the sewers under the theater. I'm not going to be looking forward to the dry cleaning bill that's going to come from this. Later, everybody. Alright, it's the end of the episode, and for those of you who are taking part in the contest within this LP, you know what that means. It's letter time. For those of you who don't know what that means, please click this annotation right here so you can learn how you can enter for your chance to win fantastic prizes. Which aren't really so fantastic anymore because both the disc and the strategy guide have been used by me for years and they definitely look that. Anyways, here's your second letter. Starting to take shape, isn't it? Well, if you think you know what it is, please leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode with more of the game and more letters. Later, everybody.